All right, y'all. So now let's move on. Let's talk about Off Cheat, who is out here acting all mad, big mad, over the fact that, Cardi out here doing some messiness. So the rapper apparently ended up deactivating his social media accounts after spiraling over his estranged wife Cardi B's new boyfriend, Stefon Diggs, getting matching braids with the couple's son, Wave. Now, I do have the photo. Hold on as I pull that up so y'all could get a little situation. I'm like, what did I put it under? Oh, here it is. Yeah, so there's the picture there. And you said, them cheeks is cheeking with Offset. But anyway, so yeah, so then he wound up also, speaking of which, and then we'll come back to the photo, he ended up putting up this tweet because he was crashing out when he saw the picture. He said, now when somebody died for playing with my son, then call me the crash out. IDC how I look trolling with my kin ends bad. So this came out on June 3rd of 2025. Today is the 5th, so this is like 2 days ago. And I've heard some people say, "Oh, that picture's old." I don't know what so on and so forth. I'm like, who cares? The fact of the matter was, there's a picture of Offset's son, Wave, with the same hairdo as Stefon Diggs, who is Cardi's new boo. Now they might have been seeing each other undercover for a while, and they made their relationship official a couple of days ago, official tissue on social media. But then we saw them out publicly for the first time, like as a couple, at the Knicks game, at my job, at during the Knicks, during the playoffs, where they came out and you saw that. So now people are sitting there like trying to, you know, I guess make excuses around timelines. Who cares how long ago the picture was taken? The fact of the matter is, it's no coincidence that this child got the same hairdo as Cardi's new boo. And I understand that you mad at Offset because he gaslights you, he pokes the bear, he does these crazy things to you on social media, and you've been quiet about it for a long time, but he throws these little subliminals. He gets on social media and starts trolling, and he does crazy things. And then so Cardi's got to go and she's got to retaliate, which I don't mind if you do that. But you got to realize also, because it's like, yeah, when you fed up and you tired of somebody being a mess and starting they mess with you, then it's like, yeah, I got to fight back. I got to find a way to windmill on the situation. So I totally get where she's coming from with that. But I do feel like when you start, and this is the way it looks. So I'm not saying this is necessarily what she's doing, but perception is everything. Perception is always, people, fall into that more than they care about the damn truth. So when you see stuff like this, what it looks like is that you are weaponizing your child, especially when you went on that whole rant on Spaces, Twitter Spaces, because I refuse to call it the other thing. Um, when you on there talking about that he's not even in the kid's life, that he's only called or visited the children a couple of, not even a whole, like you can count on one hand how many times they actually came. He came to spend time with the kids. That when you released them, how much money you spend on their tuition, their extracurricular activities, tutors, a driver, all that stuff, a chef. When you start spilling all that stuff, and you reveal, all of that, and you're saying that he didn't give you a dime, that you basically out here busting your behind, really the one taking care of the kids, then I totally understand that too. Like you can spill all of that because it's like he's kind of trying to come at you and challenge you as a mother, saying that you're not doing what needs to be done, but he's not doing what he's doing according to her as a father. But when y'all start playing them around and weaponizing the children, that's when it's a problem. And it's not just rich people that do it. Just goes to show that, you know what, it's not a rich people thing, because there's people that don't have Cardi and Offset money that pull the same stunt, that do that like to use their kids as pawns and weaponize their children to get back at they no good ass man that you decide to spread your legs and have kids with. So I feel for you in some ways, Cardi, but you know who you laid. You should have known who you laid and spread your legs to from the beginning when you got with him. That's why I keep saying y'all need to stop spreading your legs and getting with these scrubs that TLC done warned us about. Because then this is what you end up with. You end up with people like him and DDG. What T.S. Madison called fuck ninjas? So what the rest of the story said. Okay, so they said that so yeah. So they so last month that's when they confirmed it. And like I said, at the NBA game for the Knicks. She then made the raunchy relationship Instagram official. Oh yeah, so the Instagram official was over the weekend, but then we saw that they made it public last month when they were at the Knicks game. And that's when, Offset and Stefon got into it. But my thing is, sir, you've been out here cheating on her when you was married, left, right, and center, and then you expected her to be like Rashida from Love and Hip Hop and you was acting like you was Kurt, except you got more money than Kurt. But you thought that she was Rashida and she was going to just stick with you regardless. And you was going to sit up here. I'm not saying you had any babies out of wedlock like he did, but you thought you was going to go out and sling, community ding-a-ling while you with her and married, and you thought she was just going to stick with you for better or worse, more or less of the worst. And finally, she at her breaking point was like, I'm done. And now you mad. But you're the one that made this bed too. So unfortunately, what I feel bad for at the end of the day, like even, putting all of this stupidness aside with the hair, I feel for the kids because they caught up in this mess and y'all both out here acting the fool on social media. But I feel like what Cardi need to do is use all this stuff that he out here, his little crash outs against him if she want to get full custody. So yeah, he said, good roll out NPR. This is what he wrote on Twitter, adding a video of a man throwing a basketball out of frame with the words, today I pass. Now, Diggs clapped back with an Instagram photo of himself catching a football, which commenters took to mean, we good over here, I caught her. 2 days before Cardi uploaded the Instagram carousel in question, she publicly accused Offset of being an absentee father. And Cardi also claimed that Offset, who requested spousal support, left her with the kids' bills for a whole year straight. So, and she said that he hasn't seen the kids since March, and we're in June. So basically, it's been 3 months since he was over here dealing with his children. And I feel like, you know what? I wonder what his relationship is with his other baby mothers, because Cardi ain't the only woman he got kids with. And I wonder, if I remember, I don't think she has the best. That Cardi had the best relationship with his baby mothers while she was married to him. So this is a hot ass mess. I'll definitely keep you guys abreast of the story as it develops, but I just feel like y'all just need to keep y'all tea off social media because y'all keep putting us in the group chat, and then we got a comment, and then it just becomes just this stupid, horrible thing. So I definitely want to hear from y'all what you guys think of this story regarding Offset. Do you feel like it is, he has a right to feel the way that he feels? Like I don't like the whole idea of if this is what she's doing, that she's using her child, weaponizing her kid to get back together with, to get back at him, because then it also reminds me of the situation, but I don't think that's what Sierra was doing. Because remember when Future, No Good Behind, was not really partaking in Lil Future's life and all this other stuff, and then she got with Russell Wilson, who was a good man, Savannah, and was treating her like the queen that she actually is, and you ain't never heard nothing bad come from him. The only difference is, like I said, Russell Wilson is a good man, Savannah, and Future is like Offset. And now you have this whole situation where Future get mad thinking like, oh, she weaponizing a child. So it's like, no, but if you're not there, so nobody put a gun to your head and stop you from being the dad that you need to be to your kid. You take it upon yourself to put yourself in a situation. So when somebody actually steps up to do the job that you should be doing off rip, now you want to get mad. But the trolling, if that's what Cardi's doing, I don't like that. But you have every right to feel how you feel on the other stuff. So I definitely want to hear from y'all. Let me know what you guys think of this story in the comments down below.